You got to hold that button for 10 entire seconds if you want to see your voltage. And I always want to see my voltage. 10 seconds. Do you know how long 10 seconds is, guys? I mean, it's forever. It's forever because you got to do it every time. And it just drives me insane. Like, I've learned to deal with it. Like, in that 10 seconds, I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about my next video, how I'm going to put it together. I'm making plans. You know, I'm doing all sorts of things. So I've learned to cope with it, integrate it into my day. But they're crazy. Whoever, like, 10 seconds, what are they thinking? Didn't they ever test it? Did they not once hold that button down and realize, oh, geez, maybe we shouldn't do this? Maybe this is not such a good idea, right? Beep! You know, like, done. And I don't want the Abrams. I definitely don't want the Abrams. Why? Well, 2 reasons. It's huge. I mean, isn't that just absurd, guys? They made this giant friggin' thing, and they said, how did they even do that? Maybe they ran out of space. Maybe they're like, dude, this thing is huge. Maybe we gotta cut down on the battery just to make it a little bit smaller. Actually, no, I'm not gonna pick a topic from here. Let's just talk about the Commander. Alright? You know, what is it? Ultimate bull, extreme bull, I don't know. Commander. Which is actually, people are saying it's a Gotway. But then other people say it's not a Gotway. That they're their own company. But then the most recent news I heard is that it is Gotway, and they're just trying to hide the fact, right? Because no one likes, I mean, anyone with common sense doesn't like what Gotway's been doing, right? They're the type of people that'll, in order to make an extra $1, they will put 25 people at risk of death, of being maimed on the streets, run over by a truck. If they can save that $1, they'll go for it, guys. I mean, that's what they're about. They're all about that extra $1. But the thing is, they're not even happy with that. They're not happy, guys. They made their extra $1, but they want more. They wanna come after your grandma now. If they can get an extra $1 on top of that, they'll go for your grandma. They're gonna start making like old people's gophers, but they're gonna make ones that can cut out and explode, right? 1 in 10, only 1 in 10. So make sure if your grandma's gonna buy one of those mobility scooters, don't get a Gotway, alright? She won't like it at that age. You know, you need the reactions to get what's coming, you know, to see what's coming. But that's what they're about, guys. That's what they're about. And if the Commander is really a Gotway, I don't want one. Just because of that. But let's say it's not. Let's say it's not a Gotway. Let's say it's ultimate bull. I mean, that is a bit of bull, isn't it? If it's really Gotway, they're bullshitting all of us. And it's an extreme piece of bullshit, isn't it? So, let's just say it's not. Let's say it's not bull. Let's say it is a bull. And let's say it's been made very cool. Right? No fool has had his hand in this build, right? Unlike a Gotway. You got fools all over your wheel, you know. Let's just say that it is a Gotway. And oh guys, hold on just one sec. Alright, so let's just say it's a Gotway. Why don't I still don't want it, right? I still don't want it. It looks awesome, by the way. That Commander, it looks like a Sherman on steroids. It's like Sherman's been at the gym for like 6 years, taking the protein. Got those extra calories in it too, doesn't it? It's got 3,600 watt hours. A ton of energy. Right? I still don't want one. Why? Because it's a big piece of plastic. And it weighs who knows, how much does it weigh? I don't even know. It's probably 100 pounds. And it's nothing but plastic all around it. Every single edge, every corner. No matter where that thing lands, it's going to be landing on plastic. A heavy brick at high speed hitting concrete made of plastic. And it's dense to boot. So it's small and heavy. If you crash that thing at any kind of speed, it's going to explode into pieces. It's going to be 100 pieces. Instead of being one wheel, it's going to be 100 pieces. And that's basically the reason I don't want it. If it had a roll cage, I would definitely want it. It would be like it'd be my aspiration, right? I would be saving up for that thing already, but it doesn't have a roll bar, so it's just a toy. That's all it is. It's a toy that you got to really take care of. I mean, you can't use it like a serious machine, because if you do, it's gonna smash, unless you never crash, of course. But then you're just gambling. You're just playing roulette, Chinese roulette, you know, with the wheel and all. It's going to be spinning and spinning until one day, bang, it's all gone. And your whole investment's gone. And you got to make sure you never come off it. So you'll be riding every day, knowing that if you ever come off, that thing is gone. Do you want to ride with that kind of stress? I don't. Unless you're a millionaire or something, and it doesn't matter. But if you're not, and you care about your investment, then I would say get something with a roll cage if you're going to get, you know, a heavy, fast thing like that. And why don't they just add one on there, guys? I mean, how hard can it be? It can't be that hard. And it's not that heavy. I mean, it's going to add a few more, I don't know, I would say like maybe 10 pounds, guys. And it's worth every bit of it. I mean, that's the most important thing. It's your armor. It's what's going to keep this thing going. Crash after crash. I've crashed this thing countless times, guys. I'll show you the roll bars again. Look, that one's in good shape, but look at that. See that? Squashed like bugs. They should be called roll bugs, not roll bars. Just crushed. Imagine what that kind of impact would have done to the plastic. It would have just destroyed it. And that's not from one impact. I mean, I've crashed this thing like 50 times. And that roll bar is flawless. I mean, it protects every square inch of this thing, so, like it seems. Look at my screen. Not a scratch. Not a single scratch. I mean, it's in pristine condition, right? And that is the new screen. Like, I had a different screen on there before, but that didn't have a scratch on it either. So I didn't change it because it was broken. I changed it because they released a new one. Actually, the guys I got my EUC from put it on there for me for free, which is really good of them. And guys, I'm not gonna make that video about them. Like I said, the guys I bought my EUCs from said they were gonna deny me service. But recently they said they're gonna keep servicing my wheels. So that's awesome. I'm gonna get my 16X fixed now. And I've got a new tire for my Sherman on the way. It doesn't like need a new tire yet, but it will eventually. And I want to do some more drifts and all that. So that wears out the tires so quickly. So yeah, I got that coming. And yeah, guys. So what I was saying though is you need a roll bar if you want a real machine. Otherwise, it's just a toy. It's just a plastic toy. Maybe it's super powerful, but it's still just a weak little toy. It's not going to last. It's not going to take serious use, you know? Unless you're going to ride carefully 100% of the time, so you're never going to take a chance. Then I would say, yeah, that's fine. If you're going to ride it like just to commute, only on the road like a bike, then it's probably not that big a risk, I would say. EUCs are very safe like that. But if you want to ride it hard, then it's a stupid gamble. And the only EUCs I know of that have roll bars are veteran wheels. There's all, unless, guys, if you know of others, let me know. I know that U-Stride is making his own roll bars that you can put on, I think, some Gotways, like the RS19, I believe. And that's awesome. Shout out to U-Stride, by the way. U-Stride has been one of my favorite channels since before I even got into EUCs, way before. It took me like 2 years to get into EUCs from the first video I saw. You know, the first time I ever saw him, really, because I never saw one in real life. The first one I ever saw was on a video. I think it might have been Coogee Rolls. And then I found U-Stride, and like they were like my two favorite channels, Coogee Rolls and U-Stride. And guys, U-Stride, I must have seen like not all his videos, but just hundreds of them. And some of them, I saw his review on the Sherman. I must have seen that 20 times, that same video. I just loved, like, I was just so keen to get my Sherman. I just kept watching that video like it would bring it to life. But yeah, I love U-Stride's videos, and I'm subscribed to him as well. I have been since before I even got my first EUC. And yeah, so what was I talking about though? Oh yeah, the wheels. So U-Stride makes his own roll bars, which is awesome. Like, I wish he did it. Well, hopefully he keeps making like different ones in the future, and I hope that he makes one for the Commander, because man, it looks sick. That wheel looks awesome. It looks like a Sherman on steroids. And the only reason I won't get one is because the roll bar. That's a game breaker. It's the wheel breaker. It's gonna break. So I'm not gonna get it just because of that. If he makes one for that, I'll want one. I mean, I can't afford it right now, but if there's a possibility of putting roll bars on it, then I'll get that wheel, because it's got 3600 watt hours of battery, which is what I want. The Sherman here has got 32, and that's still pretty damn good, but I sometimes long for more range. Get it? I mean, it's got tons of range already, but every now and then, rarely, most of the time it's way more than I need. But sometimes I'm like, damn, I wish I just had a bit more so I could do this extra long trip out there and still have enough juice to make it all the way home at speed, right? So the Sherman would always make it back, but I might get into that situation where it's like, oh, my battery's running a bit low. I'm going to have to slow down on the way back. I'm going to have to like watch my juice, right? I'm going to have to go, well, I can't boost that juice, can I? Right? I got to slow down on the boost so my juice will get me loose, so I can cut loose, jump on a moose and just cruise. No, so what I'm saying is that when you've got extra juice, you can go fast, can't you? When you're running low, you gotta go slow. That rhymes. And yeah, every now and then I do kind of wish I had a bit more battery. But if I can bring my charger with me, it changes everything. If I can charge out at some checkpoint then that changes everything. And if you can, I would even be willing to go down to 2500 watt hours, right? And that reminds me of, what's the only other wheel Veteran makes? It's the Abrams. So I've got kind of two choices, you know, aside from being able to put roll bars on other wheels, you know, U-Strides roll bars. What is it? He calls it the U-bar, I believe. But aside from that, I've only got two options. I've got the Sherman, which I already have, and the Abrams. So there's not much choice, is there? Unless you guys know of another one, then please do let me know. But I don't think there is. I highly doubt there is. And I don't want the Abrams. I definitely don't want the Abrams. Why? Well, two reasons. It's huge. It's just ginormous. It looks like that Orion wheel or whatever it's called. And it's got a smaller battery than the Sherman. So it's twice as big as the Sherman. And it's got a smaller battery than the Sherman. Right? The two reasons. Two very good reasons. I mean, isn't that just absurd, guys? They made this giant friggin' thing. And they said, how did they even do that? Maybe they ran out of space. Maybe they're like, dude, this thing is huge. Maybe we gotta cut down on the battery just to make it a little bit smaller, you know? Maybe that's what they did, guys. Idiots. Absolute idiots. That thing should have a bigger battery than the Sherman, alright? It's bigger. It's from the same company. And it's got a smaller battery. It's just absurd, guys. I can't even believe it. I want to go down there personally and slap the CEO, the chief engineer, the quality control officer. Let's slap them all down, guys. Teach them a thing or two, you know? Now, what were they even thinking? What are they doing out there? I thought these guys were smart, right? I really did. I thought they were smart. I thought they were veteran engineers that know what they're doing, but they don't. Or maybe it's just, maybe they're good engineers, they just don't have common sense. That's the problem. Especially whoever designed this thing here, this little beauty, right? You gotta hold that button for 10 entire seconds if you want to see your voltage. And I always want to see my voltage. 10 seconds. Do you know how long 10 seconds is, guys? I mean, it's forever. It's forever because you got to do it every time. And it just drives me insane. Like, I've learned to deal with it. Like, in that 10 seconds, I'm thinking ahead, I'm thinking about the future, I'm thinking about my next video, how I'm going to put it together, I'm making plans, you know, I'm doing all sorts of things. So I've learned to cope with it, integrate it into my day, but they're crazy. Whoever, like, 10 seconds, what are they thinking? Didn't they ever test it? Did they not once hold that button down and realize, oh geez, maybe we shouldn't do this? Maybe this is not such a good idea, right? Beep! You know, like, done. See that whole time? That was like 10 seconds there. And I'm sick of it. There's no workaround either. You just got to do it. You can't, you know, like, take shortcuts, nothing. You just got to knuckle down, literally knuckle down and just smash it out, guys. Just do it. Just get it, you know. Look at this place though. It's freaking awesome, isn't it? Alright guys, let's end it there. We've finished our juice. That's expended. The Sherman is, well, that's full of juice. And we got air. Maybe I should get rid of the air so then I can avoid the air cushioned tire fine. Air cushioned vehicle. I don't even know what it's called. But there's a fine. The last fine I got, in case you guys didn't know, it's for riding or driving an air cushioned vehicle. Air cushioned. It's all about the air. If it wasn't for that air cushioning, I would be good. It'd be good to go hit the road and just own it. But because of that air, I'm living in fear. You know, fear. So, yeah, let's end it there. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.